What's up, guys? My name is Zana. As the year comes to an end, we kind of like start setting goals, and this is 2020, or actually, Happy New Year, guys. This is my first video in 2020, and I thought about it as we setting goals because I know you're doing that. This year resolutions, the best way to achieve your goals is to start respecting time and have like some habitual formula when it comes to time. And this video I want to share with you my way of dealing with time. So the one thing that stands out when people get hyped about setting like new year resolution, for me I feel like they have this perception of we have this new chunk of time, 12 months to go, and we can achieve these new goals. So if you don't really measure your time right when you start like going on a daily mission, because man, like these goals are daily missions, you have to practice and be efficient in everyday daily activities so that you can achieve your goals one per one. So I want to share with you one of like my habits when it comes to like measuring time. And the one thing I discovered, like if you want this to work, you need to start respecting other people's time so that they can do the same. The way we're going to do this is going way down to a day and see how many hours you have for a day. And we all know that it's 24 hours. No one has beyond that. And actually there's a huge debate online whether it's 24 hours, because there's a site that says it's 23 hours and 56 minutes and somewhat seconds, but we'll just go with that 24. So we're going to consider that as 24 hours and we divide them in 3 chunks. So every chunk of these 3 chunks will get 8 hours, and let's illustrate this. So it's 8 hours for your work, 8 hours for your sleep, and 8 hours for your life. So the life part is where it's like really important. Like you should know that everyone needs a life, and those 8 hours are dedicated to you. If you're a family guy and you're a party guy, whatever you're into, those 8 hours are for you to occupy there. And the 8 hours for work, you need to make sure that you don't cheat your employer or even yourself. If you're self-employed, you use those 8 hours for work. And for my sake, I didn't cheat my employer always. Like I always like put in those 8 hours because I'm paid for those 8 hours. The rule of thumb here is when you don't cheat, then don't accept to be cheated. Like that's the rule of thumb. Like work has to be 8 hours. If you to put in extra borrowing from your other chunk, I mean, like they have to pay for that. Like you really like cheating yourself, and you have like goals to achieve this year. 1 hour of loss might cost you a lot in terms of your goals. So that means like you need to respect other people's time as they respect or reflect the same. And yeah, so I think that's the entire thing here. So I want to give you like my personal approach, but that's the rule of thumb. That's how you should do it. Like you should consider your daily mission as a 24-hour mission. You don't lose an hour in this timeline. Like if you lose an hour, at least push it to yourself. Like don't push it to your sleep or your work, because you might non-deliver, or you might non-deliver good quality work that might get you fired or might get you in trouble. So if you lose any hour of the day, push it to yourself. But I want to give you my approach on this formula, because I feel like I used it in the first run of my career. I tried it as it is, but then I started like morphing it into something that worked for me in my preferences. So when I used this formula for a while, I realized like I don't need 8 hours of sleep. It's in nature. Like I don't know, I'm engineered to be like that. I think I'm wired to be like that. I don't need 8 hours to sleep. I'm a guy who needs like 5 hours to sleep. But I then did my maths and tested all scenarios: 6 hours of sleep and 5 hours of sleep. And I realized when I sleep 6 hours, I always like be productive. It's like normal. And then what I did, like I moved those 2 hours to my life part. And here's where it gets interesting. Like every year, my year resolution is to learn. Like I want to learn more so that I can share more. So my resolution every year is learn. I put the 2 hours on myself. So now that means I had 10 hours on myself. That means I had 10 hours on my hands. So I dedicated like 7 hours of the 10 hours I have on myself to learning. And that was like straight up like the entire year. I want to be learning. At least if I'm not learning a new skill, then I'm like just working on the skills I already have. And then the 3 hours, those are the 3 hours I dedicated to life. And I know that sounds mean, but friends and family and life, as life sounds, I dedicated that to 3 hours of my time every day. And that's why, guys, I've been not showing up on parties and weddings and stuff like that. But I'm sorry if that sounds mean, but maybe later we can catch up. Maybe there will be a year when I push more towards like life, friends and family, but like I give them 3 hours of my time every day. And yeah, that's it, guys. I hope this video helped you a little bit to understand how best you can achieve your year resolutions. But just key takeaway, you should understand that your daily hours are super important towards your goals and dreams. If you set these goals because you're excited that you have 6 months or 12 months to go, you might wake up when there are 2 months to go and like none of the goals are being checked off. So consider this daily plan and how you manage time as essential or vital in your everyday activity, so that you can really execute on time, because there is no time. We only live once, and if time flies out of your pocket, you can't catch it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good time. I had a nice time doing this video for you because I feel like it will be value. I hope it's value. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and actually let us know in the comment section that you're new and we go bananas on you. And when you subscribe, don't forget to turn on the bells because that helps somehow. And like and comment. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Thank you.